I'm going to make awards now that people are absent.
Ishwara Prabhu, who is the founder and the progenitor of Touchstone Media, to be a great provider of videos for India and also the Middle East, Asia, through the VHS days, the DVD revolution, and now he's putting them on flash drives. He's had to battle a lot of pirating and other impediments. You can find a vast selection of video at touchstonemedia.com. Madhava's Hare Krishna Media was formed in order to give the people of India an opportunity to take Srila Prabhupada's virtual Vapu at the lowest possible price point. Madhava invested his own money in making large quantities without any guarantee of them being distributed, and he's distributed many thousands of sets. And for that, we want to give Madhava Prabhu his Special Achievement Award. Congratulations, Madhava Prabhu.
If you want to put the picture up of Ramanuja and Shamashaki for their Hare Krishna culture, I'm not going to show the clip. I want to make sure we have enough time. All over England, Europe, they broadcast Hare Krishna events, a lot of pravachans. They've been at it for about 20 years, Ramanuja and his wife. And also is Haridas Prabhu, who started Iskcon Television India in Mumbai. And he pioneered a lot of the distribution of pravachan, and he pioneered with equipment, giving people who know about Krishna consciousness more depth. One more person who's not here, his name is Madhu Visa from Australia. He put together the entire complete Srila Prabhupada DVD library, lived with me for 2.5 years. We worked together. He was at that computer every day for about 16 hours a day, over 50 hours of Prabhupada in 20 different languages. I want to present him with a Lifetime Achievement Award. He continues to be a distributor of many different videos, specifically of Prabhupada, but also many of the ITV videos.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta
What do you try and teach, sir?
I am trying to teach what you have forgotten.
This is what?
That is God. Some of you are saying there is no God. Some of you are saying God is dead. And some of you are saying God is impersonal or void. These are all nonsense. I want to teach all this nonsense that there is God. That is my mission. Any nonsense can come to me, I shall prove that there is God. That is my Krishna consciousness. It is a challenge to the atheistic people. There is God. As we are sitting here face to face, you can see God face to face. If you are sincere and if you are serious, that is possible. Unfortunately, we are trying to forget God, therefore we are embracing so many miseries of life. So I am simply preaching that you have Krishna consciousness and be happy. Don't be swayed away by these nonsense waves of Maya and illusion. That is my mission.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
I also want to make a very special award to Vishnumurti and Lakshmi Priya. His BLS distributed videos from the very inception. They took a risk, went all over Europe in a van, distributed books and videos, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And then he took that a step further when he created the Vanipedia. And the Vanipedia is now utilizing thousands of video clips made by the Vanipedia staff, which is all voluntary. It's an incredible feat. We want to welcome him and give him a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's been at this for 30 years. This is a man who just stays enthusiastic. Would you like to say a few words, if you would?
To say that this is actually belonging to over 820 devotees who have performed Vani Seva over the last 9 years. They've clocked up over 156,000 hours of devotional service to build the Vanipedia. This is a unique form of art because it's not just participators, but it's actually devotees who can perform their act of loving devotion to build Prabhupada's Vani temple. So join with us as participants and build an unparalleled manifestation of Srila Prabhupada's teachings on the web so that millions of people can have darshan of Srila Prabhupada's words on a daily basis. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Let's hear a good Hari Bol for Vanipedia and Vishnumurti. Okay, 2 more awards to give out. One is to a very special devotee who has given us Srila Prabhupada when none of us even thought about video. This was way back in the early 70s. And he loved this very heavy equipment that his mother kindly bought for him. You can't believe the size and the weight of these reel-to-reel video recorders and cameras.
Krishna, the original person, has got 3 features. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as all-pervading Paramatma, Super Soul, and impersonal Brahma effulgence. So, those who are interested in Bhakti Yoga, they have no business with the impersonal Brahma effulgence. That is for common men. Common men. Just like you can try to understand, those who are inhabitants of the sun planet, what they have got to do with the sunshine? That is the most insignificant thing for them, sunshine. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life, they are interested in the person, Purusham, Vasudeva, Purusham.
I want to welcome and give a great round of applause to Pancharatna Prabhu.
The real person to thank, though, is Nrsimhananda, because he saved all those videos. Prabhupada didn't like cameras that made sound, but this was great because it made no sound. And when Prabhupada saw it, I should tell that little story. So we set up the television, we set up the video player, and sometimes Srila Prabhupada would take over the kirtan himself. So here was Srila Prabhupada watching himself leading the kirtan. And I was watching Srila Prabhupada watching himself leading the kirtan and then starting to clap along. And watching the kirtan and smiling. So that was really wonderful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Pancharatna Prabhu ki.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Hite Namani.
I find so immensely important, having been around for some time, is, of course, reading Prabhupada's books. I find that I have to read Prabhupada's books every day, even if it's for 5 minutes or hear a lecture. At the same time, I also find that one of the most valuable book or series of books that I've ever read for my devotional life is this memory series that you have done, Siddhanta. I'm not just saying that. And the reason is it gives you very profound glimpses into Prabhupada's mood. Prabhupada acting Krishna consciousness in real time. How did the pure devotee apply the high philosophy in every type of practical situation imaginable, from devotees arguing to conflicting philosophical viewpoints, to dealing with somebody that left his movement, to dealing with somebody that was feeling insecure, to dealing with sexual issues, to every imaginable situation, philosophical deviation. And by reading the anecdotes in the Memories series, you really get a glimpse into how do we apply Krishna consciousness in a way that's meaningful. Prabhupada, like I was with Shyamasundar recently, he said, blew my mind all the time that Prabhupada, sometimes in one day he would tell one devotee one thing, and 6 hours later he'd say the exact opposite to another devotee. But it was perfect, perfect. So how do we apply this principle of time and circumstance? Prabhupada was a master of time and circumstance. But we don't really know how that works unless we hear how Prabhupada applied it. And that's what I found so illuminating about these books. I couldn't be in all these places where these I never had that type of association with Srila Prabhupada. But you can get all that association in these little anecdotes, because they give they don't go deeply into the stories, but they give the essence of how Prabhupada, the things that really stuck out in the early disciples' minds, of how Prabhupada acted here, acted there, exposed this person, captured this person's heart, brought this person back. And it was always brilliant, perfect, with perfect philosophy, perfect compassion, sometimes soft like a rose, sometimes stern and hard like a thunderbolt, but always the proper medicine. So this has been, I feel, an invaluable contribution for future generations, and I just want to thank you for that. Je anilo premadana karuna prachu.
I'd like to introduce Siddhanta Prabhu, who has been the backbone of ITV, has been his own ITV now for many years, and he is the progenitor of the Memories series that we can never give enough thanks for. Please come and welcome Siddhanta Prabhu.
I would be nowhere, of course, with Nrsimhananda gave me a call many years ago to join a partnership, so I want to acknowledge you and the film festival for this award. Of course, I couldn't do this project with all the devotees, so many here and so many devotees that have passed away, so it's very significant. Imagine if Jesus Christ's time, if someone had a video camera and would, after he left the planet, would interview his disciples immediately, that those memories would be quite valuable today. So let's not take this lightly. So many of our God brothers and God sisters have already left the planet, so we can see the significance of their realizations through these memories. They've also been transcribed into book form, so if anybody wants, this is a shameless promotion, but they've just been brought. We only have 15, maybe 20 book sets. There's 3 books in a set, so thank you very much for this acknowledgement.
Siddhanta Prabhu ki. I just want to add that what Siddhanta has done is a opus of work. It's a volume of work. You can't imagine what it takes to set up every time, all the interviews he's done, and he's done it consistently, and he's done it year after year after year, and we all owe him a great deal, and we're indebted to you, really, really fantastic job. He also did all the editing, all the ITV videos. He was integral to the entire growth of Iskcon television. He's just, he's a rock. So please support him and buy those books.
Now I'm going out on a limb, this is completely unrehearsed, it is completely spontaneous, but it just so happens that Nrsimhananda Prabhu ordered me to make a couple extras, and he had no idea that one of these would be for him. I want personally, and I'm sure many of you want, Nrsimhananda Prabhu to also be one of the recipients of a lifetime's achievement for his contribution, which is unparalleled really, to the visual arts, the video media. He has been such an inspiration to me back in 1986 when I started on this path at ITV. He's given me some basic training, and I am extremely indebted to him. So I am begging you, Nrsimhananda, to forgive me for this spontaneous gesture and accept this award.
I promised the organizers that we'd be out of here at 8 o'clock. I just give a great deal of thanks. Actually, I wasn't expecting this. But you know, coming from my fellow filmmakers, it's really meaningful. And I will definitely put it in a place of where I'll treasure it. Thank you very much, and thank you all for supporting this, coming this evening. I hope you've enjoyed what we've shown you. If you want to see more, just contact the filmmakers, go on YouTube, whatever it takes. And Hare Krishna forever. Hare Bol.